Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news. It's very outside of the box.
Hail day.
I love Friday. Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares. Shattercast. A to B.
Shattercast Uncut. Is that you? Shattercast Uncut.
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattercast Uncut.
Like complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Shattercast Cut, episode 217. I'm thinking about coffee cups over here. I hope everybody's doing great. We're doing great. You're doing great. Everybody's great.
Good.
Good. With us for hopefully about 2 more minutes is Robert D.
Yes, my balls are in a jar. It is Azalea, the third party baby's 3rd birthday this year. The third party baby's 3rd birthday. So, I managed to be like, hey, she's napping. Can I jump on the show real quick? And my wife was like, okay, here are your balls for 10 more minutes. You can talk to your friends. And then you get back on the spaghetti, you fat piece of shit. And
no, you lost weight, man. Shut up. You lost some good weight, man.
Telling an elephant that he lost a little weight.
You look good. You look good.
I agree. I think Robert looked good.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you.
I'm proud of you, man.
Speaking of Robert, we go to lunch, and he's like, I'm gonna get some wings. Everybody better eat some wings. It was me and Robert and Tyler, and I was like, Robert.
Tyler L.
Yes, Tyler L. And Tyler ate none. Robert ate like 3, and I had like 15. I'm like, God damn you people.
You gotta get that baby weight on, little baby.
Yeah. Yes. Did you notice the salient fact there is I went to lunch with Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
It was a good time.
It was a good time. We had a really nice conversation, actually.
Really?
Yeah, Justin's quite the conversationalist. He opened up about nuts and bolts of his day-to-day life, which I really enjoyed.
Goddamn right.
I wish somebody could give me a phone call and talk to me about nuts and bolts.
You were sitting at a different table, effectively.
I was.
I don't talk to people at other tables, as Robert learned last year.
Racist.
So, speaking of eating all the wings, it's T2RX Dust Mite Space.
Yeah. See, actually, speaking of him, we actually wanted to see if we could buy all the wings at the place.
We asked the waitress, how many wings do you have?
Just total?
Yeah, we just wanted to see if we could get them all. And then we wanted, because Dust Mites had just pulled up to the bar, and we're like, can you, bring them out in a trash can? And we can just, drop them in right in front of him. So she found it humorous, too. So
He would have pulled out his spare six pack.
No!
His air fryer, he would have been like, shit, I got this.
He has a wing flask.
Dude, for real, I wish I had one of those because I love too. You can't be on the show, Cringer. Speaking of people, you can't be on the show, Matt. How are you doing tonight?
Hey there, everybody. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I heard Robert say something, and I was about to say, speaking of people that can't be on the show tonight, Robert D, but I remembered I already said it. And I guess coming up in the rear, so to speak, is Bobby.
Good evening. Or good morning to those listening immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And good morning to those people listening later in other locales.
Have some goddamn patience.
All right, how you doing, Greg?
You got those pictures up yet, Justin?
You know it.
You better have those pictures.
I'm doing good, Matt. I'm doing good. But a lot of business going on at work, but I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
So, I guess Just gonna move on, slide right up on in. Did anybody get anything?
I guess I'll go first since I went first before. I got a really injured nipple. First of all, I'm on limited time. I'm borrowed time. But NJCC.
End up fucking off, ruining our show.
I think I had the best time at NJCC than I had ever before. I think, and it was funny because it was. I think.
Well, that makes one of us.
I think it's directly related partially, but
somebody put Bubby in the corner.
Yeah. But I'm walking around the dealer room, and it was a little. There was definitely less traffic. The tables were full. There wasn't one empty table, but there seemed to be less stuff. There seemed to be less dealers, even though the room was full, and there were less people there.
But there was more BO going on this time than last time.
Definitely. Definitely.
Like, how are there less people, but it stings worse in here?
The stinky ones chased out the regular ones.
It's like a wall. Like, you would just hit like a fucking invisible force shield of like stank.
I walked in and I'm like, I'm leaving. Chris is like,
At lunch, I took a picture of this dude's leg, and it was like just covered in scabies.
He did.
Dude, I have never been to an NJCC, but I understand it's a local convention, and I cannot understand how BO would be an issue at a local convention that only lasts a day and a half.
If you saw these fucking ogres that trumbled in, you'd be like, oh God, they have a stank cloud of dust around them. You can smell it. You could see it. You could see the smell. But yeah, so the injured nipple. I'm walking, looking at stuff. I'm walking around I'm looking for bad stuff, and this for Bobby. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for bad shit. And someone pinches my nipple, and it wasn't a goose, like woohoo. It was like it was Tyler L. He tried to rip my fucking nipple off. He pinched me so hard. But anyway, I got to NJCC. I found a parking spot, which I knew. I was like, "Whoa, there's parking. This isn't a good sign." But I went in the side entrance because I knew that's where the NECA room was, right? And that I wanted to find the Joker, and I wanted to say hi to Bobby first thing with the Joker in my hand or something.
Did they make one? I don't think they made one.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I had faith.
He's winging it.
That would have been great.
Well,
that would have been much better than what you actually gave me.
What actually happened when I walk into this NECA room, which is like the NECA room is around a hallway, down a corridor, like in a fucking janitor's closet, right? I go in there and I'm like, He-Man. Oh, well, look, the Fans Project Bug. Should I get those for Matt? That went through my head. I'm like, no, $80. Fuck that, $80.
No.
And I turn around. I'm still looking down. Like, I have a thing where if there's too much shit going around, I kind of short circuit, and it's too many details. I kind of lose it a little. So I'm not really paying attention to what's around me. And I'm looking down. I see a blankets. I'm like, blankets? Who the fuck else has blankets? And then I look up, and Bobby's sitting there. And he's like, hey.
Sad.
I'm like, what the fuck are you? And then I see Hung. I'm like, what are you fucking doing in this room? And he's like, don't ask. Long story. Bad situation. So, but what was cool though is it was like, it was nice to be able to hang out in the side room. People would come in and hang out. It was fun.
It did become like a little lounge area.
It also stunk less there.
That's also true.
It was spacious, Bobby.
Spacious.
Could have a conversation.
Dude, right? Everybody that came in tried to immediately compliment the room because they knew it was so shitty. It was so funny to me. They would just come in and be like, ooh, the air conditioning really works well in here.
The lights are dim enough, but bright enough.
I was working on the air conditioning.
No, but yeah, that's what was funny. So I was fucking with Hung about that. So, but the guy, I guess one of the guys running the show comes in and he's like, how about this? And he holds up like a broken down piece of cardboard, like a homeless man cardboard. And he like wrote in Sharpie on it, like 215 toys with an arrow, And I'm like, that's what you fucking do for these guys?
That's all we had.
I'm like,
the next day we had
letter.
The next day we had poster board up.
Hey, so Robert D, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Did Bobby take your signature, your souvenir photo?
Oh no! But that
he did take a photo.
That was joyous. That was joyous.
That was one of my favorite parts.
That was fucking joyous. hilarious. Were you in the room for that, Justin?
Yep.
Yes. So
humiliating.
We're in
The next thing Robert D got this week was to hear angels sing.
Look, can I tell this story, Robert?
No, you can correct me when I exaggerate. How about that?
Okay.
He will. He will.
I just think like it's important that people understand it from my perspective.
I think I'm partially responsible for part of what you said that set up the hilarity of the situation, though.
Maybe.
I said to Bobby, I was like, so you ruined your good mask, right? Now you have like the backup all the time? And he's like, nope, got the old but goodie in my pocket. And I was like, okay. So then later, right, he's like, by the way, nobody knows who I am. He made some comment like that. And I was like, don't worry, someone will. And I was like, why don't you fucking put on the sign? Like, I know, look, I love Hung, and 215 is known out there. But I'm like, you should put on the sign like Bobby Skullface Room, something like Skullface Toys Room, something like that, because I think people would fucking gravitate to it, especially since they didn't see you there. But people did trickle in and stuff. At one point during the day, I'm not sure if it was before or after lunch,
Before.
This guy came in. Yeah, the guy came in first, and he bought a print off Bobby. Bobby had done business with him in the past, so the guy knew who Bobby was. He came in to buy another print, and he had a girl with him. I learned later that it was his sister. The girl, I don't know, it was either the girl or the guy. I think the girl asked Bobby, "Hey, do you mind a picture?" And Bobby was like, "Yeah, sure," because nobody recognized him. And he goes, I'm standing across from them in the room, right? And I hear the whole thing. Bobby's like, yeah, sure. I'm pacing around. And he's like, yeah, sure. I got the old G1 right in my pocket here. And he pulls his mask, puts it on, and he stands next to the guy. The girl's standing there with a camera in her hands. And he stands, puts his arm around the guy. I don't know if you gave a peace sign or your devil horns. And you're like ready for the photo. And she's like, I meant take a picture of us. And Bobby was like, "Oh yeah." I forget what you said, but I
think I said, "Of course." And I was like, "I feel like such an idiot." But the first thing I did was look around and make sure that you weren't there, and there you fucking were. And you had your fucking chin tilted down, but your eyes looking up with this big smile, like Hannibal Lecter. And I was like, "God damn it!" And the thing is, this dude, look. No, but the thing is, I went temporarily deaf. I did. Let me tell my side real quick. This dude runs a radio show, okay? He runs a radio show at a college radio or something. He sent out an email to me, PR, MGO, I don't know, a bunch of fucking guys, right? I was the only one that wrote this poor kid back. And he wanted to have a conversation about the direction of the Bayverse. I was the only one that wrote him back. I got on his show. I did his show for like an hour. I asked him if he had it recorded because I would have put a link to it somewhere so people could check it out or whatever. And he's like, the show's not recorded. It's just like a live thing. And I was like, well, dude, you should have fucking told me. I would have helped you, get it out there. But so he's always been very appreciative of that because nobody fucking gave him the time of day. And so he came to my table first thing in the morning just to shake hands. He left. He came back. He bought a couple prints. He left. He came back and bought a couple more things and left. And then he came back and bought another thing to a point where I was like, look, we're good. You don't have to keep buying shit. And then he was like, and then he said to his sister in front of me, do you want to ask him? And then she says, sure. Would you mind taking a picture? And I feel awkward about shit like that because I don't ever want people to feel a way about it. So I'm like, of course, and jumped up and and then
dude, you somersaulted across that table.
But both of you are missing my favorite part where Robert's on the side of the room going, I can take a picture of all three of you if you want. She's like, no thanks.
He did say that.
Lisa just opened the door and she was like, you're embarrassing him.
Dude, and the thing was, I would have much preferred to have just taken a picture of them in the first fucking place, but it was the wording of it. It was the circumstances. It was like the perfect storm.
No, the best, the icing on the cake was the way you you rolled the mask up to the top of your head, and then you shuffled over with the camera. I took the picture very humbly, but then Bobby was sad.
I was not sad. I was sad that you were there for it. That's what I was sad about.
And later just not that long later, right? Another guy comes in. He's talking to Bobby, and I was like, "Hey, you watch reviews?" And Bobby looks at me, and he's like, and I mentioned this to Matt. I mentioned this to you in the chat. In Matrix, the original Matrix movie, when one of the Matrix rebel guys, the rat guy, betrays them, right? And the blonde girl realizes that she's about to die, and she turns to the camera and she's like, not like this, and then she dies. That was the look on Bobby's face, because I turned to him. I was like, "Hey, do you watch reviews?" And I looked at Bobby, and he looked like he was in pain, and he was like, "No," and then the guy named some reviewer I've never heard of, right? No, he didn't say MGO. He was like, Scat 62.
He also said MGO and some other guy. Everybody said MGO and Autobotus.
And then he was like, "Why? Who are you?" And Bobby was like, "I'm nobody."
Don't say it like I had a rainy day face on, because that's not the case. I was like, look, I always I'm nobody. I hate when it's funny, I'm a good sport about it. I'm okay with him to continue doing it, but Robert always does that shit. He's like, you did it once.
I did it once.
Go jump out the window.
Robert, you done it 5 times, dude.
Because then I said, "Come on," because I had faith, Bobby. I said, "He wears a mask," and he went, "Skull face," and then I was like, "Yes!" And then I just started tickling Bobby, and I found out Bobby is extremely ticklish.
I'm extremely ticklish.
Oh, Lord. Shit.
He had a conniption fit in the chair. I don't know if it was because of the joy being recognized or because I was tickling him.
Both.
He goes a little bit of both.
Speaking of the icing on the cake.
What, Lisa?
It's a long 10 minutes.
Comment. Yeah, it is more than 10 minutes. She's checking in on me.
Dude, that's a good story, man.
Hey, if you gotta go, can I say one thing before you go?
Yes.
Because I want you to hear it along with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I am extremely, extremely disappointed no one had When the Doves Cried queued up that whole Bobby story. Because that would have been the fucking...
Yeah, it was Robert always. So he asked that question probably 5 or 6 times. I asked it once. He asked 5 or 6, or in between him and Hung. They all ask.
Oh, Hung does it too.
Yeah,
Nice.
except Hung. So Robert's style is, "Hey, do you watch reviews?" with a big smile on his face. And Hung says, I'm not sure if Hung's whole sales tactic is to tell people not to buy shit.
It's a terrible sales tactic.
I agree. So people will walk up and be like, "Hey man, what's up with this?" I'll be like, "It's terrible. You don't want to buy that. You don't want to buy that. Trust me. You don't want that."
It's not that it's a piece of crap. It's just not good.
Yeah. And then he'll be like, "I don't know if you watch reviews or anything, but this one over here I like. I don't know if you watch reviews or anything, but the fucking guy Bobby Skullface, I can't fucking see him. He fucking said it was. He said it was bad, but I think he's just a fucking dickhead." And so he says this shit to put the ball on the tee for people to be like, yeah, fuck him. While I'm sitting right there.
Has anybody ever done that? Has anybody
actually, no. To be fair, it's never happened.
But speaking of which, side story about his sales tactic. I witnessed this. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I said that to him while he's doing it, because it was was it KFC or X Transbots? Which triple changer is that, Bobby? Is it 8-base that he was selling? He was selling 8-base, and he was like, "This isn't any good. The other one's better. This one isn't. He's not that good." I'm like, "What are you fucking doing?" I'm like, "Listen, they're both good. The other one's better, but this one's good." And then he's like, you don't want it. Oh, man. And then he fucking farted, really loud at the guy. And I'm not even lying. And the dude just, left. And I was like, "What were you thinking, man? You don't fart at your customers and tell them not to buy your stuff."
And Just to interject here, if I ever go to the doctor and my doctor tells me I have 10 minutes left to live, I hope Robert D's there to count down the moments.
Mm-hmm. Just for reference, he had 10 minutes. We are at 32 minutes.
I gotta go.
And 6 minutes seconds on this call.
Luckily,
So.
there.
Bye, Robert.
She didn't give me the evil eye yet. But my haul, I got a Shenron SH Figure Arts. It's beautiful, but it's a bitch to put on the fucking stand. And at NJCC, I got both Figure Arts Bruce Lee's, the yellow one and the shirtless one. And then while I was birthday shopping for Azalea today at the toy store, it's a local small place. They got a lot of collectibles there. I'm like, I forgot like 2 things for her, and then next to it is a big stack of shit for me.
Yeah, damn, dude.
Here. But I got
Gundams?
Figure Arts Trunks, Figure Arts Tien, Beerus. I got Wheeze. Is that how you pronounce it, Justin?
Yeah, like whiskey,
and then also,
actually.
I got Android 16 at NJCC, and also I just got in the mail that Zeta Toys Armageddon loose tracks. I think that's his
Uproar. Yeah.
But that, and I got some Thunder Effect and Explosion.
Dude, nice job on a loose tracks joke. It's pretty good.
Thank you, brother. And that's about it. And I've got to go put some meatballs and sausage into my wife's mouth, if you know what I'm.
Hey, hop back on if you have the time.
With some extra cheese on it.
But don't feel any pressure to do that or anything. But if you have the time,
I will.
I guess.
And trust me, I'm gonna put some fucking roofies in their food. All right, cheers, fellas.
Later. Bye, Robert.
Just for the record, listeners, we got on this call at like 7:30 at night. He's like, "Oh no, my daughter's having a nap." Like, terrible.
8:30 at night.
How
and
old
then
is
he wonders why his kid is running around 11 o'clock at night.
I know.
Wired.
How old is she? She's
3.
She's Selena's age. She's 34.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She should be sleeping, man.
Yeah.
And if she's not, you should sit in that crib or that, toddler bed, whatever you're in. You stay there.
There's a whole bunch of free spirits over there. Do you know what I mean? Just
writing on walls, going to sleep whenever they want.
Don't let the world tell you how to live. You just be up whatever time you want to be up, and you just fucking enjoy. Like, fuck. Like, dude, that's not... I don't want to go down this road.
You need to relax, man. You need to relax.
Yeah, I do need to relax.
I heard Robert D's house was Antifa.
Exactly. That's the headquarters.
Yeah. That's the Brooklyn branch.
I tell you, speaking of relaxing, like I've been taking last night I took melatonin, like just to fucking help me sleep. Like I'm not sleeping at all. Like
dude, I know. Me neither.
I'm in rough shape. Like I'm like for every 45 minutes or so I'm waking up. Like it's a mess. So I took melatonin last night. I slept through the night. I don't think you're supposed to like make a habit of the shit. So I have a highly addictive personality, but whatever. Worked last night, and I might.
What'd you
again?
Did you get the pills?
Yeah.
Or the I got the gummies. I like gummy bears, so I was like, what are the gummies? Go to sleep on a high note. It works for me sometimes. I've actually all week I've been taking the last 3 days. I've been taking what amounts to fancy Benadryl. It's just Benadryl. It's the same shit. They just call it a sleep aid, but it's the exact same dosage of the exact same drug. Yeah, I haven't been sleeping either. I mean, last week we did the show. I'd been up for over 24 hours on 3 hours of sleep. Yeah.
I just got a blowjob. Good.
You're a flexible guy, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We've all tried.
I have. I look like a little roly-poly trying to do it. Almost got it. Oh, I fell off the couch.
Wait a second.
What's that Beast Wars figure?
The armadillo?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the little the fucking roly-poly.
Yeah. Can't think of its name, but I know it.
Armadillo?
I got one. I gave it to Kit, and she hung it off the side of a bookcase in the living room. And the spring used to always pop, and it would roll itself on the. I bought
that from you, dude.
And that's what. Retracts. Right, that was the
from you.
Yeah, Retracts. Yeah, I knew it was tracks.
That's what I picture, Matt. Just that.
I think I got that the first TIFCon. I think.
You
From
did?
there, I think so.
You did. Thoughts and prayers.
I still have it too. I had the
No,
recolor.
you got the Japanese one. You got the red, white, and blue one. You got the Murica one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And I bought the green one. There was a recolor, the green one of it.
Yeah, that was the U.S. release.
America.
Both of them are America.
We're still doing
Yeah. Are we doing the show? Are we done?
No, I haven't done
think
mine.
So. I think we're good.
I feel like I
think Robert's
did we
on
do
one.
questions. So, Bobby?
No, go ahead.
No, do you have, did you get something?
Just a few things. I got the, did I mention the, yeah, I did. I had the opportunity to look at Gigapower Graviter, and I had the opportunity to look, actually everything else is mine.
What?
Check that out. Yep. SH Figuarts Akuma, Marvel Legends Songbird and King Cobra, Hot Toys Grand Moff Tarkin, and Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic.
You got something from Robert too, so you better mention that.
Mm-hmm.
And Robert got me King Kong.
Dirty King Kong.
He got me a King Kong toy. When you press a button in his back, his arms flop around. So most of the people at the table made it so he was jerking off with his right hand and sticking a thumb in his butt with his left hand.
Oh yeah.
And then if you pressed his chest, he made a roaring sound. So they would make the roaring sound. Robert D also said that's the same sound I made in my head when the sister said, "No, I meant take a picture of us," because it's like and I sold that.
You sold it?
Yeah.
Aw, I thought you were just by the Tetra Jets, man.
Look, it was just sitting in this bag in the back, and this guy walked by. This type of guy that had his, I talked about him on a few times this week, but the type of guy that would have his pants pulled up past his belly button and also turn 15 degrees to the left or right.
Mm-hmm.
And
he
was like, yeah. And he was like, "How much for the monkey?" And I was like, $5. And he was like, "Sold." And he left with it. And my only regret was that Robert wasn't there for it. But,
can't believe you sold something he got you.
Yeah, man, that's like the unspoken rule.
That dirty ass fucking King Kong.
Nope. I got a new rule. If you are going out of your way to make my life more difficult by buying me some shit that you know I don't want, I'm rid of it. So what else? And then he got me a Gentle Giant. It's a Han Solo. It's not quite a bust, and it's not quite a full statue. It's like from
from his knees or something, or
it's like from his head to his crotch, and it's like. Like, it's not bad. I'm happy to keep that one, but it's like typical Robert shit where it's just like it's goofy as fuck at the same exact time. Like, God.
Oh, Bobby keeps stuff that he likes space. Okay.
Yeah. That is exactly it.
Wow.
Man, y'all fucking kill me. Matt trash talks it. You sell it, and he doesn't get me shit. He said he was going to send me a box of shit.
Yeah, careful what you ask.
It might actually be a box of shit, dude, so be careful.
It could be.
You better smell that stuff before it comes. Open that box up.
That's fine. I'll take a box for over shit. I don't care. That's premium high grade. I'll put that shit in my gas tank eventually. Speaking of who hasn't gone yet? Matt, did you go?
No, me and Justin haven't gone yet. Today I got in the Titans Return Twin Twist, so I have finished that line. I'm happy. And I got in the MMC Frenzy and Rumble, Riot and Fury.
Nice. Fury.
That's racist. Yeah, I got those two. I got those three in today. And I don't think I got anything. I think I got. I don't know if I said Uproar from Zeta. I think I got him, but yeah, that's it. That's all I got this week.
I like the pictures you posted. You had his treads over his fucking shoulders like a old English judge.
Yeah. When I do my final final thoughts of him, he's on the little spinning thing and he's got treads everywhere. They're on the spinning table and they're all over him and everything. So, and he's down there too on Floor Town too. They're just sitting there, just laying there.
Nice.
Fucking tracks, man. They're fucking worse. I like the option. That's a good option. You know, that's cool. It would have been just as good just to, you know, make them, you know, stationary, you know, nothing, you know, not move at all. But that would just, it wasn't well executed at all. So, but it's still
firm and stationary like our flat Earth.
Yes, exactly. Flat Earth.
Nice.
Flat Earth style. But yeah, that's all I got.
Justin.
Yes, sir.
Man about town.
Yeah, that's me. Let's see. So starting at NJCC, thanks to friend of the show. Let's see, what did I get? I got a keychain, and it's a Ghostbusters keychain. It's pretty awesome. That was from Brink. From Gort, I got a bunch of cool stuff. He actually had like some single bed, like old vintage Ghostbuster like sheet set. So he gave them to me in a Ninja Turtle sheet set. So that'll go to the little man once he has his single sheet, or single bed, I should say. And then he also had like a weird, I don't know where this came from. It must have been like some Happy Meal toy or something, but it was a real Ghostbusters proton neutrino wand, and it just shoots like a little foam dart out of it. And then the like Kenner line foam dart shooting Ghostbusters wand. So that was fun to shoot my child with for a while.
Nice.
He liked it, so you know it's cool. And then
of course,
yeah, he'll get that eventually. And so that was from Gort, and I appreciate that. And what else did I get? I didn't get anything for myself, but Robert gave me that Wei Zhang Megatron to review, and then it's supposed to go to Matt, but I haven't taken it out of the box. No, that's not true. I have. I opened it, picked it up. I'm like, this is not as good as MPP-10, and put it back in the box and closed it back up. So I kind of thought about doing that for the review, but you know, whatever. We'll see. So yeah, that's all I got this week.
Nice. Hey, Greg, did you get anything this week?
Oh man, Matt, I am so glad you asked.
Word.
I got the Generation Toy IDW Prime I ordered on January 21st today.
Nice. 3 months later, or 2, whatever.
And he's got some loose, some little loose bits. But I can fix it. He's fine. I got him pointing at me all dramatically from across the room. Looks pretty cool. But I think that's all I got. Nice. Toy-wise. Man. Didn't get no satisfaction. That's for damn sure.
I want to go back to NJCC for a second. And to emphasize how little there was there, I was like looking around. I'm like, what don't I need that I kind of want to get?
Do you feel like? I mean, I know Bobby probably doesn't, but when you go to a show like that, do you feel like you need to buy something?
Not always, but like I look for like something that's interesting at least, and like nothing there really stood out. There's just nothing. It really wasn't this time.
Yeah, there was poor turnout as well.
Yeah, I almost went in on those. I don't know if you saw them, Bobby. The Boss Fight Studios Bucky O'Hare figures.
Yeah.
Those look pretty fun. They kind of, you know.
I think I'm just proud of them for getting.
Calm yourself down, Alexa. Jesus Christ, you just screamed at me. I don't know if anybody heard that.
I know that struggle all too well, Justin.
I just proud of them for getting a license.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. So, and I mean, if you have any draw to the figures or anything, like, they look really well done for what they are, and they're not terribly expensive. They're kind of like, I don't know, like a domestic SH figure art release, like $35-$40, something like that. So I mean, it's not bad. So they come with like swappable hands and faces and stuff. So I don't know, it's kind of figure artsy, a little smaller, but what can you do?
I definitely look at them. I remember Bucky O'Hare as a kid. I used to get the tapes from the library. I don't know if anybody else's library rented tapes when they were little.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was my parental figure.
We had a place on when I was stationed in Germany. We had a library, and they rented out DVDs and tapes and whatever, all that stuff. I remember that. I rented some things. They had Transformers, actually, the movie, the '86 movie. I rented it a couple times.
I wore that tape out of my library, man, every weekend for like a year.
Yeah, good times.
And I still didn't know who the fuck Springer and RC was. But
Nobody did.
Actually, Justin reminded me, speaking of things that looking around thinking of things you want to buy but you don't need. I got MP40 as well. And
which one's
I like them.
Yeah, which one's that? That's so far in numbers.
Oh, the Target Master Hot Rod.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I like him a lot more than I did the colors, the joint tolerances. Like, I just like him a lot more than I did the other one. Like, I actually, because I got the other one, I was like, yeah, it's cool, it's MP. But like this one, I was actually like playing with all day, and like, I don't know, it's just the colors on him. Like,
good.
I don't know. Like, I realized that apparently the crotch piece was intended to be part of the windshield. Like in the design, like that came from the windshield after transformation. So he was basically wearing like clear window panties the entire time, which is kind of funny to me. But yeah, and the fact the whole thing was based on a coloration error by a random animation studio is even funnier to me. So yeah, he'll go with my Headmasters once Fiddler comes up. But yeah, he's good. He's I didn't regret him at all.
Well, that's good.
Didn't regret buying him again at all. So now that we've shared feelings, I got to get the documents back up. Movie and show news. Unfortunately, the last one won no Razzies.
You can't even win awards for being the worst movie. I mean,
Yeah, it can't even win at losing.
You can't win at losing. Who got worst movie? Oh, the Emoji. Okay. Good.
Dude, my kids, I haven't watched it. My kids rocked the shit out of that movie.
Really?
Good thing
Yeah.
they can't get on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that shit's still at 0% right now.
Who won? Yeah, the Emoji movie won a couple. Nice. 50 Shades Darker won a couple. Yeah, Emoji won quite a few. So yeah, good.
What's the dude that did that? Did Get Out? Keenan Peele. Yeah, he did an interview recently, and he said that the Emoji movie, specifically the shit emoji, was the reason he just got out of acting. Like he didn't ever want to have to think that low, and it's like just directing movies. So,
shit, you can pay me to do this shit emoji. I'll do it. Shit. I'll do the hemorrhoid emoji, whatever.
What's the hemorrhoid emoji?
I have no clue. It'd be ugly. Look like a bunch of grapes or something.
I think that's just a grape emoji.
Oh, damn. On a booty hole, though?
Well, it's not on a booty hole.
Well, that's what hemorrhoids are. They're on a booty hole.
Oh, you want to make an emoji for hemorrhoids on the booty hole using the grapes and something else?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Technically, every Friday morning, the last half of the show, you are kind of the poop emoji.
I don't get that, but okay.
I don't know. I don't know what it is with the world anymore. I don't know how much kids television you get to see, Bobby. But like, I've been subjected to like Disney Channel and stuff, and like, what is it with like crap and everything now? It's like, here's the new toy Poopies. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Mike. Then Hasbro's like, don't step in the doo doo. I'm like, oh my god, like who you go play that in the backyard for Christ's sake?
I agree. My kids love it. Like my kids, like especially like Selena, she'll just be like, she's always find a way to like shoehorn poop into the conversation. She'll be like,
nice.
Like everybody's like, this is good. Like, oh yeah, this chicken's good. Oh, the chicken's so good. It'd be bad if the chicken had poop on it.
Hey, have Janus and Kit a private message. They might hit it off.
Right. Okay. After that conversation.
Well, just with the poop thing.
Oh, Selena.
Oh, Selena. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, Jana recently said something funny as shit too when we were talking about the pyramids, and I was just like, some people think the aliens built the pyramids. She's like, yeah, well, some people see Jesus in their toast, so whatever. And I was like, fair point.
That girl's woke as fuck.
Yeah.
Matt, just to be clear, I was referring to your overt flatulence. as being the shit emoji. I'm not saying that you're a shit. And ironically enough, the last half of the show is Hasbro news, but that wasn't my intent at all. I was referring to your breaking news.
I haven't farted a while lately. It's been a week. I've been Robert got me into eating better. I'm back on the train again, and I haven't really farted a lot lately. So I don't know. Moving along.
do. I force that shit at work. I try to. My boss does all the time, and now that we have offices side by side, and that shit somehow like goes out the door, around the corner, and right back into his office.
Damn.
I have a fan and everything, like directing it. Like, I'm like, all right.
Oh, that's good. It's like NJCC. I heard the table across. Was it the guy from across the table with ROC that was stanky?
Yeah, something like that. I heard him talking about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right.
Hey, Gator.
Gator. So Transformers news. Even though this isn't really a category, I think these two things are fitting. First off, there's a new Transformers arcade game by Sega.
Oh.
I don't know much about it. I added the links. I didn't really have time to look. It looks like a driving game in a giant Optimus Prime. It looks creepy as hell.
I couldn't figure it out by the pictures. Like, it looked like kind of like a driving game, but it looks like it has like a big gun attached to it. So, like, I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe it's a little both. Column A, column B. I don't know. The guy looks like he's shooting something in the picture. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's holding it like a gun. It'll probably be at Dave & Buster's. More than likely.
I was going to say coming to a Dave & Buster's near you.
What I think what speaks highly of it is the first comment says, I saw this at the Amusement Expo in Vegas last week. Didn't realize it was a big deal. Not many people were lining up to play it. The TMNT game coming out looked way more fun. You guys kind of like this story of Transformers.
Fuck you, Big Ron. Fuck you, Big Ron. Fuck you.
I like how the cabinet kind of looks like that Optimus Prime puppet from the quote-unquote G2 series with a kid.
Yeah. Oh, the kid. Yeah, the blonde-haired. Was he blonde?
Yeah, and it had the Optimus Prime puppet, and he was like, Tommy Kennedy, let me make you a cake for your birthday.
I think he showed up at a BotCon. Was he at a BotCon or something? The last BotCon or something? He was like one of the guests.
Sounds like a guest at the last BotCon.
Something like that. He was like a guest at a BotCon or something, and he was the voice actor on the commercial. And
I think he got a G1. I think he got a G.I. Joe crossover figure too at JoeCon.
Oh, did he? Nice.
No, I'm just making fun of him.
More power to you if you did. I love having a little figure of me running around.
I feel like they should have gone the extra mile with this arcade cabinet, and the head should like transform in and out of the cabinet. You know.
Oh, that would have been pretty sweet. Yeah. Look at that chrome. Hey,
if you want a little figure you run around, start taking advice from Justin. Because I don't think we mentioned that Justin is expecting.
I am super pregnant. I'm super pregnant.
Baby. Another baby.
Yeah.
Now I can't go to TFCon. I'm really upset now.
Can you do?
That's okay. We'll throw Justin a baby shower.
Well, with him not being there?
No, we'll throw him a baby shower at his house with his credit card.
Oh, okay.
God.
I'm in for that. Anyway.
Don't they do that? They do that shit with guys, and they like chug liquor out of fucking baby bottles and shit.
I don't know.
Isn't that a thing? Oh,
I guess it's possible.
Yeah, they do anything nowadays. Just a party for anything. They have parties. Some of these people kill me with this, finding out the sex party.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's like, come on with the parties. Enough with the parties.
Party because we're going to be planning a party.
Yeah. I don't even feel like, I feel like you only get one baby shower. That's my personal opinion. Like, if you want to get together with some friends to celebrate it, fine. But like an official like baby shower with like registry and invites and all that shit, nah, one time. It's a one-shot deal.
I don't think the male version has all that shit. I think that's the point.
Yeah, I don't think there should be a male version at all.
Fucked up. Well, I'll tell you what, Bobby.
Male shit.
Why don't you plan it? You plan it with Justin, and I'll be in charge of the participation trophies.
Fair enough. Sometimes it's okay for women to have their own thing, and men not have it, and sometimes it's okay for men to have their own thing and women not have it. Sometimes that's okay. Baby shower, prime example.
Reporting Bobby to the police.
I want a baby shower.
No, of course not.
I do. I want one for my poop. My baby poop.
Well, I see who all the new toys are appealing to.
So disgusting. What guy talking about poop?
So, speaking of things that we can use to change the subject, the G1 soundtrack on vinyl has options for people who are into collecting records.
Are they putting this out again?
This is the first time the G1 soundtrack's been out.
Oh, it's not the movie. It's just
showing it. Yeah, it's not the movie.
I got you.
Dude, I knew a girl that had the movie soundtrack just chilling, and like, I wanted to boost it so bad, but I didn't because I could never find a copy of it. She had one. I was like, man, I could walk out of her house with this right now.
I wish they would put this on CD.
Yeah, but
that'd be pretty cool.
Or digital download or something. Like, just having this on record is fucking trash.
No, I'm pretty sure. I think there is a CD. Isn't there a CD too? Like, I remember seeing something.
Man, it says according to the company's Twitter account, there are no plans for a digital or other format release.
Oh, never mind.
It's only $18.
Yeah.
Fuck that! I could turn it into digital. I'm sure I could find someone who has one of those record players that make MP3s.
Oh well, if you can. Yeah. Do it.
Hook a brother up.
You just go and put it online, put it on my YouTube channel, get 1,000,001 hits, and be like, it's mine. I put it up.
It's just so stupid, like.
Yeah, I don't understand why you wouldn't make a CD release of this. It
I would
really
buy
doesn't
it.
make sense.
Yeah, I'd buy it too.
Well, it's just a company that like specializes in vinyl.
First
and maybe
time
they're
in
doing
any format.
Decepticon drama. All right. Attack.
Probably capitalizing on the whole 80s thing.
Heavy metal, but they didn't spell metal right. All right.
Put it on a tape then.
Put it on a pizza.
I'll look into this. I might be able to get you. I might be able to get you and anybody else who cares MP3 copies of this.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
But
charge $20.
Can you get me a Decepticon colored MP3?
Sure.
What about orange something, whatever that, orange and black, black and yellow.
That's Jupiter.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a Starburst.
I want to get one of these and frame it just to have a display piece, but I want to listen to it so bad. So I'll end up buying a record player.
Yeah,
but I see those all the time. Well, I see those ones that record the MP3 all the time at like TJ Maxx and Tuesday Morning and like those like second market stores.
Those poor people. Yeah. Good for them, man. Good for them.
Never buy one.
It's just I don't understand why you don't make it like you can sell the records to people who do want it for a collectible type thing, to hang on their wall, and still sell the MP3s or a CD version of the soundtrack.
Agreed.
Stupid.
Agreed.
Exactly.
I correct myself. Looking at the picture again, it was an image of the Autobot colored vinyl, but like it was presented where it looked like a CD. Yeah, so that is weird. I don't know.
This shit's all weird, man.
Oh well, keep it moving.
Once again, here comes Justin to save the community.
Yay!
Our greatest resource.
What's next?
Moving on to third-party news. Generation Toy GT11 Red Bull prototype.
I like it.
This thing looks fucking awesome.
So,
yeah, I'm definitely in.
Part of my ignorance, what is it from?
It's from like
some
some Japanese magazine or something that had like a lot of the G1 bots kind of like what if, they turned into beasts type of thing.
Remember they showed Hot Rod as a lion?
I did. Oh yeah, I remember that vaguely.
Somebody was a unicorn or something.
That's Proud, probably.
But man, I think this looks fucking awesome. Like I'm not in. I don't have any interest in it from a collectible standpoint, but I think this looks amazing.
I'm getting it. I think I'm gonna get it.
I don't blame you.
I love it. They were talking about it on ROC, it's stupid and everything, but
they said it was stupid.
Was it RLC? I don't know. I saw someone they was talking about it as being stupid, but I think it's like a waste. Like, why don't they make a Predaking out of this? Which I think, since they made a line out of, could they not make a Predaking out of this later on? I mean, they showed a line, they showed a bull. I mean, they show like a rhino next. They could be maybe making a Predaking later.
Yeah, but why would they make a Predaking in that scale? Because they're doing that. Isn't the Generation Toys a little smaller than Predaking or the Feral Rex, or am I wrong? I don't have those.
Generation Toy.
No, I think they're scaled. They're scaled.
The Combiners?
Yeah, the Combiners, yeah.
Yeah, they're on par with all that shit. They're on par with Warbitron and all that.
Oh, yeah, see, that would just be a waste. If they were going to make a Predaking, they should make a bigger one. And nip all the other companies in the bud. Because I would buy that shit.
The other thing is, even though you've shown a bull and you've shown a lion, like, I don't see any combining business anywhere on that.
That's true. I was going off by there, but they can make they talking about something about an Autobot Predaking kind of thing going on. Since Hot Rod and this is Sideswap.
That would be stupid.
Yeah. Matt, I'm gonna need you to fucking call.
Yeah, I need to relax. I'm sorry. I apologize, man. I'll be listening to people and I'll just be rattling shit off. I don't even pay attention. I'm sorry.
Justin, they should do a box. They should do a box set of all these when they're done, and just include like a pack of that blue tack. Like Autobot Predaking.
I do really like this. I think it looks pretty fucking sweet.
I do too.
I think I can get it. I think probably price point would be about $90, maybe, give or take.
90 to 100, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'll definitely pick it up. I may pick up the Hot Rod too, the line.
I think that looks fucking cool, also.
But yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's cool, but it's just not for certain people.
Right.
A lot of people just,
It's a very niche thing, but I think that if you're like, if Transformers is it for you, like you, Matt, like that's your bread and butter, Transformers, period.
I'm in. Fucking sign my dick over.
I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's good. Good on them.
That fucking ab crunch Mac, holy mackerel.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he's gonna do up. Yeah, I like that little tiptoe thing. Gregor, you can get these? Are you interested in these at all?
No, I am not behind Beast-Formers.
Ooh, racist.
Speciesist.
Speciesist, yeah. New words.
If I don't buy Beast Wars, why would I buy these?
I thought you do buy Beast Wars.
I do buy Beast Wars. I was being facetious.
Oh.
No, but I don't care. I don't need this. Not now.
This is how I wish.
I want to see Beast Wars.
This is how I wish Beast Wars was done, like this.
I was going to say, for our Beast War, fans and everything, is this what y'all want?
No, Beast Wars doesn't want this.
Okay.
But see, here's the thing with that, though. If you're looking at it from a fiction standpoint, like, you would have characters turn into robotic beasts.
Mm-hmm.
But why?
I mean, why have beasts turned into robotic robots?
Well, they were robotic robots that turned into beasts, and there was a MacGuffin for it. There was a reason for it to drive the fiction, though.
Yeah, but there's no real reason for it. Like, there's who cares? Like, you're on this planet with animals. Like, who cares if you're in disguise or not?
They didn't do it to be in disguise. They adopted local forms to.
Yeah, they had to.
Energon, something thing, stuff, buffer, not stasis lock.
Yeah, so you just not make that a thing.
So when they
it wasn't to drive the fiction. It was to drive the toys, and they built the fiction around it. Like,
yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
Same thing.
So you just write it. You just write it different. Beast Wars. It is just what it is, and that's cool. But I'm saying, like, they lost. I mean, it's successful and it has a fan base, obviously, and I'm not saying that it doesn't have merit. It obviously does, but I think it lost a lot of people because of. I think aesthetically, people thought it was stupid. Like, to have this robot turn into this organic looking thing, it just it took the allure out of it. Like when I get into this conversation with Beast Wars people and they're like, but you like Dinobots and you like Predacons, like, yeah, but they turn into fucking robotic looking things. Like it all looks cool to me. Like just like this fucking bull looks cool to me. But like the fucking ape that Optimus turns into like doesn't look cool to me.
Well, I think maybe they're going, kids love animals. And I think they went for that angle.
Yeah, but kids love chocolate too. They're not turned into that.
They could. Later on, I could transform into a chocolate.
There actually were Transformer chocolates in Germany, I think. But that's the thing, though. When I look at this, I think a Sideswipe being the hipster and Predaking just being a trendsetter.
I know what you mean. Yeah, absolutely. But he, that could theoretically be stalled by it not being a bull, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's still a robotic animal. Because I think Predaking. Well, no. What was the first robotic animal we got in Transformers?
Dinobots.
Yeah, but there was a fiction behind that. They found
Laserbake and
Oh, Laserbake, yeah.
Laserbake. It's as you bake your cookies with a laser gun.
Laserbake and Ravage, I think, were the first animals.
It's an easy bake oven for war enthusiasts.
Real quick, a side note. I listened to this podcast. It's the only political podcast I listen to. It's called The Fifth Column. Shout out to them. They have no idea who I am, but they're fucking awesome. And they were talking about all this gun shit going on recently. And this one guy was like, do you even know what AR stands for? And he's like, I don't know, dude. Watching the news, I feel like it stands for Automatic Ray of Death.
What's AR stand for?
Me? I don't know. I'm not a gun guy. Justin?
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's assault rifle or.
I think it's assault. I think
it's not assault rifle.
It's an automatic rearrange something.
What does it has to do with like the brand of the original gun or some shit? Like I know that. I know a little bit of history about it. Just
Armalite rifle. Armalite.
There you go.
Does not stand
mellow
for
yellow
rifle.
Mellow
You're
yellow
all
rifle.
wrong. It stands for Illegal Alien Rearranger.
Damn.
Yep.
The company from which it was born.
Savage 3000.
Armalite rifle. There you go.
Learn something new here.
The more you know, Shattercast Uncut. We also teach you about weaponry.
Fucking listen to Shattercast. God damn it.
God damn it. All right.
If you guys are going to be at the next TFCon, we're actually going to be out back by the patio. Have a little shooting range set up.
Shooting range set up. SU style shooting range.
We are actually making the armed or automatic ray of death.
Yes. That's our new project. Shh.
AROD.
Look for the GoFundMe.
Our third-party masterpiece, Browning, actually. So speaking of things that should never be made, Transformers Powder Primes Wave 3 Voyager Inferno and Legends Class Cindersaur and Outback.
Dude, look at Cindersaur. He is fucking doing it.
Two out of three of these ones they definitely didn't try. Cindersaur definitely is kissing some ass with that face. He's like, oh, Megatron.
That's a Matt tribute right there. That's Matt on the toilet.
Yeah, no shit.
Come here, fella.
Matt, you need to get this guy, and you need to take a toilet selfie with him in hand, both making the same face.
Oh well,
that's
done.
Is Cindersaur a new character, or is this some sort of attempt?
No, he's a little sparkle bot. He's a little fire bot.
Oh, okay.
He was a BotCon. He was a BotCon exclusive too. Color. And nobody saw Outback coming out of fucking.
Of course not. No, shocker. I mean, but theoretically they should. You know, like if they didn't do that, they'd be trash. So I'm okay with that.
And then Inferno. Did they look at the drawing of the head sculpt they have behind?
God, it looks sad. And the toy stuff, it looks sad.
And oh my god, it looks terrible.
And that's the C-dub, isn't it, from Hotspot?
Yep. Somebody told him it was the fourth use of the mold, and that's the face he made.
You're like, oh, I'm trying to sell some C-dub stuff.
But I think
buy something.
I think all of these are fine. You know, I mean, for what they are, I think that there you go. There's some stuff for you.
I'll get the Legends. I love the Legends, so
good.
I don't know about Inferno. I may pass on him. Got a lot of waffles going on up there. Alrighty. Hail Hasbro.
Hail.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
So you talking about Abominus?
No.
Elita 1? Oh, Lord.
Well, let's be fair. I think they're just showing off the torso, but we have Takara Tomy Abominus gift set and the Elita 1 torso.
Yeah, Elita 1. Yeah, Elita 1.
I will say, for the Abominus, while people are saying, even in the news notes that have popped up on TFW and whatnot, there's no discernible difference. If you notice, instead of stickers, this set has paint apps. And it's
good. God, those stickers are garbage.
It's part of that Legends line that it's being offered on Hasbro Toy Shop. So, yeah, fuck you, fake news.
Yeah, fuck you, fake news.
This, I will say that proportionately, I feel like the general silhouette of this Abominus is not terrible. I have no interest in it, obviously, but like the whole shape of the torso, abdomen, waist, like I'm generally okay with that.
It flows.
I am too.
Yeah.
I just feel like the hunger part is just too small. Like he needs to be bigger.
Dude, hunger's pretty good, dude. I like hunger.
But this Elita 1, holy Mary, mother of pearl.
Well, you know that Starscream. That Starscream's mold.
She transforms into a Bayverse Starscream alt mode. Or combined mode.
She transforms into Bayverse style robot mode.
The big Dorito with shapes going every direction.
I think the single the bot modes are look pretty good too. I'm trying to find it's a Ripper Snapper, the shark one. I'm trying to find him. He ain't came up here yet.
It's funny, man.
I thought you were trying to say I'm trying to find positive things to say about these.
No, I love the bot modes. They look good.
It's funny, man. I sold like 4 Abominus prints or Terracon prints over the weekend, and like that's a print that I never sell. And I'm it's because of this release, but it's just interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cool. I'm going to start tracking these Hasbro releases.
Yeah, so I hate to tell you, but some people do like Hasbro, Bobby.
Are you sure it's not because TFC is putting out Satan?
I think it's just because it like just brings it back to your frontal lobe, for lack of a better term. Like it just brings it back in your mind. Oh yeah, I like these guys.
What about the backal lobe?
The backal lobe?
Yeah, is that
what about?
That's not a word.
It's like tobacco. Tobacco
and stuff. Yeah, put it in pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, but this Elita 1, get it the fuck out of here in terms of this.
Man, they're combining anything with that shit. God damn. Dinobots.
Hey,
fucking shit.
Speaking of shit that they'll do anything with, we have Studio Series Thundercracker.
So they took, is that Nitro? They took Nitro, didn't they?
Yes, there's no merit for this except the fact that they need to color that mold somehow.
He's showing up in the stores too, man. I think he's in California.
Yeah, it's a Toys R Us exclusive.
Oh, is it?
And it's branded. Okay. Takara Tomy and Hasbro, yeah.
What a nightmare.
I mean, it's not terrible if you're into this kind of thing. I guess, maybe.
I don't know, a lot of that Nitro's not that bad of a figure.
Positive thinking.
Just putting that out
there.
Is he
Headmaster?
Yeah, his little head pops up. They don't transform, but it's a little,
Does it turn into a crab?
No, it turns into a tuna. So, my boy can slap the shit out of it.
Oh my god.
Whatever his name was.
That's terrible.
Terrible. I don't know if I'll pick this up. Is Toys R Us going to be open long enough for this to get out?
Good question. Closing 200 more stores, they said?
300. It was 150, and they're going to do 200. 350. Yeah, they're closing 350 stores right now. Sorry.
They did put out a list for the last announcement.
Yeah, they did. The first one they did.
Did they put it? Yeah, the first one was mostly Babies R Us.
Yeah.
Because people were freaking out around here in Ohio because there were like 6 closing and 5 of them were Babies R Us.
That's not funny, Robert.
It's a little bit funny.
Fuckface. Fuck you, Bobby. Fuck you and Robert. You know what? With a sick dick, man. Both of y'all.
I didn't do it. What are you laughing at me for? It was funny.
It's what's funny.
But yeah, I think one of the Little Rock stores is closing. So.
I think I haven't checked the new 200 list, but
I don't think they put a new list out.
Yeah, I don't think they did a new list.
They did with the first one. They didn't do the second.
I was curious.
I hope mine's closed.
I was just gonna say I don't know if there's any more. I think there's only one more Toys R Us in Delaware, so I don't know.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I hope mine's closing just because one other Halloween Express. So I have some options this year. Because you guys don't know this. So across the street from my Toys R Us was Circuit City, and then beside that was oh shit, what's the name of the company? It was one of those sporting goods companies that went out. So we literally have two Halloween Expresses cat a corner from each other, and it would only be fitting if they made the Toys R Us like a Halloween Express too during the fall months. That would be funny to me. Do you guys know what Halloween Express is?
Oh yeah, we got them.
Okay.
They're in the South.
Yeah.
I haven't bought anything from Toys R Us for so long. I wouldn't. I mean, it's sad to see it go. It's like sad seeing Tower Records and all that shit go away. But that's just it's the times now, and it sucks. But I can understand their prices are a little more than what Walmart and Target and everything is. But it really sucks. But
Well, and that's the thing with Toys R Us. Like, I feel like their website is garbage. Like, they've never come into, the late 90s to 2000 plus. Like, they've just stayed with that original website pretty much. Not really, but, it's bad. And, like...
Their shipping's bad, too, isn't it?
It's not great. And then like the prices in the store, it's like, well, I could go to Walmart and get it for $10, or I could go to Toys R Us and get it for $20. Like
16, yeah.
Which one am I gonna pick?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing that gets me too, because they're like, we charge more because we're a smaller company, but now it's coming out like Hasbro had a lot of fucking eggs in that basket. So you look back at going to Target and Walmart, Meijer, and whatever your local big box chains are, and picking up a Prime figure for $13 or picking it up for $16.99 Toys R Us. Yet Hasbro's sweating Toys R Us going out of business. Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's got to make up a significant amount of their purchasing in order to justify that.
Somebody's being dishonest here, is all I'm saying.
Probably Hasbro.
I mean, I think the shit is changing, man. Like this fucking Hasbro sail barge shit. That to me is by far the most interesting thing, in the toy industry that I've in years.
What happened?
The fact that Hasbro is making that sail barge for Star Wars Vintage, but it's basically a Kickstarter.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he means the third part. He means the mainstream toy industry now.
Yeah.
That is weird. Yeah, that is really weird. That I guess, they don't have enough faith that it's going to sell.
I mean, I think that's justified. Let me do a search on that real quick. Because what is it? HasLab sail barge. Because I want it, but I can't swing it right now. And it's one of those things where I might be able to swing it later, or they have a pre-order up that was more than just a fucking 2 months, But I mean, $500 is.
If it was Black Series, I'd be doing a Mega Supreme MP36 fucking MP10 combo sale.
If it was Black Series, I wouldn't even buy it, just because it would be too big, dude. This thing is 4 feet.
Dude, you got a patio. I've been to your house.
Yeah, you do have a patio, man. Come on now.
That is true.
You move those Tetra Jets.
Spray that shit with that same clear coat you use on your furniture. And leave it out back.
I'm trying to see how so here I am. I'm on this fucking thing, and I can't even find an easy click to like pay for it. With launch of HasLab. Okay, so it is just about, it's almost halfway there, and it has 27 days to go.
I don't want to be a cent, Bobby, but the reason you can't find that link is because your wife actually petitioned.
You're not wrong. You're probably not wrong. But like the thing is, I mean, I think people have wanted something like this. I don't know. I think that $200 would have been like, if it was $200, I would have bought it.
How much is it?
$500.
But that seems like a little much for a Kickstarter too.
And like, if it was something like, paying that, like put a down payment on it, like, I mean, that's just a lot to ask. And then they don't, like, I feel like if they had like 6 months to get the money together, like, I just can't drop 500 like that. I just can't.
Dude, it's tall as our boy over in England, man, Sam.
What?
As tall as our boy over in
because
England.
Cody's tall, man. What are you talking about?
Not Cody. Sam.
Oh, Sam. But like, yeah. But like, the thing is like, why? I mean, I actually like this tactic. Like, Justin and I spoke briefly about it. I like this tactic, but I don't like the implementation of this tactic. I wish it was done a little bit differently. But overall, like, if they were like, look, I mean, to put it in perspective, if they were like, look, we're going to make a 4-foot tall Unicron,
nice.
like, like, I think that's cool. Like, I think that's a cool idea, but $500 for it, and you got to have it, you got to have the money together in 2 months or a month and a half, I think. Maybe.
So you're wanting more time? Is that what you're needing?
Yes. More time and the option of like payment plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something like that.
That would have been perfect.
Like
the payment plan, I think the payment plan would have been a lot better. The time, whatever, that I could do away with, but the payment plan, I think that would have been a good thing to do.
Well, I have two things, just real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing, if it was a 4-foot tall Unicron, at least it would have the waffles on the inside of the legs for your kids to like climb up and play on. But my serious point is, if they want $500 for a Kickstarter kind of deal for this, what would they charge at retail? Because typically when you fund a Kickstarter, you get it for a steep discount.
Yeah, I don't know.
Afterwards is usually like the butt rape price. So
yeah, I would imagine it's gonna just playing the odds on Hasbro. But don't get me wrong. Like, I think this is like what is in Phantom Menace when the Emperor is talking about Padme, he's like, interesting move, too aggressive, more, be mindful. Like, that's kind of how I feel about this. Because normally I would say that Hasbro would never do something like this. So I do feel like this is a bit of a game changer. But in my head, I want to say the retail would be the same. It's just this shit isn't going to retail.
Yeah.
Actually, I think this kind of Phantom Menace, this is more like Gunray. Like, this deal's getting worse and worse. Wait, was that? Yeah, that was Gunray. It's like, this deal's getting worse and worse by the minute.
Or it's also, for some reason, it always has to be, if we mention Phantom Menace, it also always has to be communications disruption can mean only one thing: invasion.
Would this thing fit in your tub?
I think so.
Nice.
Oh, God damn. Bobby's going to have to renovate his house. Accommodate this extra.
Yeah, no, I know where I would put this.
Where would you put it?
On top of my DTOFs, like the Star Wars DTOFs that I have.
Oh, okay. That'd be nice. So you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it then.
I would like to get it. If my financial situation changes in the next 27 days, which it has the potential to. Then I'll get it. But otherwise, like, and that's the thing, like, so like if this does succeed, like if this fails, I don't know if we'll see this again. So I would like to back it just on the sense of seeing where they take stuff like this. But I mean, if this was successful and they were like, look, next year we're doing a Sandcrawler. Next year we're doing a Death Star. Next year, like, what? Like, that's fucking awesome. You know, and like, look what they could do for Transformers. They could do, you know, the Unicron.
Unicron, Primus.
You know, for Black Series, they could do like imagine like a Black Series, like, you know, AT-AT or something. Like they could do all sorts of shit with this tactic.
They would do a Black Series Snow hologram.
You know, a Marvel Legends Fing Fang Foom, and, you know, Galactus and shit like that. Like, that would be fucking awesome.
A 4-foot Galactus. Nice.
Dude, if they did a play set for the Marvel Universe figures and had like a 4-foot wide fucking X-Mansion, like, that would be fucking bananas. But
or Skylynx,
exactly. But like, I just feel like they need to give us a little bit more wiggle room. You know, $500, it puts it in a different pocket. You know, you're talking about people that they're talking about people that are usually spending $10 for a figure to go in it, and now you're asking for $500. Like, it's a big jump.
Big jump.
But there's all sorts of shit that this comes with, like exclusive figures, I think, and like all sorts of shit. But it's just, it's a lot.
Like I said, the payment plan I think would have been a great idea because, you know, like I said, one swoop of $500. Like, come on now, that's, you know. But yeah, payment plan of what, $50 a month or something, or $50 every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'd be in.
That would have been good. So, alrighty. Moving on to
Justin. Do you have any thoughts on this? I know you have some.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like seeing it happen a lot. Like, I just feel like a lot of companies are starting to switch to this method. I don't know. I don't necessarily like seeing a bunch of companies switch to it, but I get kind of why they do it. But I agree with you. I think, like, asking for this much money in one go without, you know, being able to deliver it quickly, you know, like, it's different if you're spending the money and you're going to get it right away. But like, when you are asked to put out whatever it is, $500, and then wait, like, I don't know, what is it, like a year or something?
Yeah, they need
that? Like, that's
5,
a long time.
5,000 backers at $500. That's how much money they need.
Yeah.
Damn.
And when Bobby and I were talking about this, like, I watch a YouTube channel, and they pointed out that, like, listen, it's in their contract that, like, they could just be like, you know, sorry, the price of oil's gone up and we can't afford to produce it for this, so we're just going to give you your money back. But, like, you know, if it took them a year before they do that, like, you know, that particular YouTube channel pointed out that's a year of them earning interest on your money, you know, that they're not going to give that back to you, you know? So it's like a win-win for Hasbro, and, you know, it's a lot of money to be putting out as a consumer up front.
A lot of shit could happen in a year too. You know?
That's true too. I think they lose their license next year. Well, the license comes up for renewal. I mean, they'd be an idiot to let it go. But
yeah, I suspect they won't. I mean, they did anything they could to get that license. I can't imagine that they'd just let it go. But I mean, that could happen too.
I hope with that shit coming to the table, though, that like Bluefin can start distributing SH Figuarts in America, like, because everything is up on the table. You know, so like.
Bluefin they have rights to distribute Figuarts in America. They sell them at Toys R Us.
Really? I've never seen them there.
Yeah, they sell like stuff that doesn't compete with their big properties, like the wrestling figures. They sell
no. I'm saying Star Wars specifically.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll shut up, Master.
No. It's just that Star Wars comes up next year, so I'm hoping that, you know, like, all that shit's got to come to the table. So I'm hoping that they can work something out.
I know. I was just jabbing at Matt.
But yeah, I don't know. All right, that was a tangent, but I think it's a decent.
That was a good tangent, man.
Yeah, well, I think it's worth talking about because it's just something we've never seen before.
Hey, this is your oyster, man.
Hey, look. Speaking of tangents, they need to end. Cars Homie Studio Series, Wave 2 for July, Jazz Lockdown, Megatron, and Brawl.
I'm getting that Brawl. Mm.
Oh, God.
Maybe that lockdown too.
Matt, let the past die. Kill it if you have to.
Do the what?
Hasbro did it. You can do it too.
I like it.
There's better pictures of these on the internet available later after I posted this or after I added this, but I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone but Matt cares.
These are fun.
They're sponsored by GM.
Yeah, that tank I recognize that Megatron tank alt mode from GM, or the Lamborghini from GM.
I've been seeing it driving on the road, so whatever. Hell, Megatron. All right, we're done with news. All right.
Matt, do you want to read the questions this week?
I can't read.
Okay.
Bubby can read. That doesn't surprise me.
What?
Because I said it doesn't surprise me when Matt said I can't read.
Oh. Matt had a breakdown.
All right.
Matt, do you want to read the questions?
I do not. Bubby reads the questions. He likes to read.
I don't need to read the questions. Anyone can read the questions.
You read
Matt,
them now. No.
Matt, read the questions.
Read it now, Bubby.
All right. Hello, everyone. While watching Deluxe's review of Powder Prime's Elita 1, he mentioned that he would have enjoyed the female Autobots to be released during the Generations era of Hasbro. Since these gals are part of G1, do you need representations of them to complete your masterpiece collection? After watching the episode Search for Alpha Trion again, I wouldn't mind getting MP versions of Firestar, Moonracer, Chromia, and Elita 1. Do you guys think it's possible to ever get them, and who could possibly pull off such a risk successfully without taking a negative hit on their profits? Thanks for the awesome hours of entertainment, Esteban. I personally do not need them. Like at this
sexist.
point, I just because I need RC. So
still sexist.
I just don't with like. I feel like these companies are scared to take chances on. I don't think that the Headmasters have been overly successful. I don't think the Target Masters have been overly successful. So I just have a really hard time believing that these would be successful. So I don't think anybody would be willing to do it. Like I said, like I've been saying now for a while, like I think that we're in an era where it's a safer decision to make a wilder representation of a character that's popular than to make a faithful representation of an unpopular character.
Oh, is he meaning like maybe a third party might make some of these or something? I don't see MP doing these. I don't see the Masterpiece doing that. Maybe an RC, but I doubt it. But I could see maybe Make Toys or MMC making Firestar, Moonracer, and Chromia. Well, them I can see them doing that, but I don't see a MP version of these in the work. I don't see that.
Do you? I'm sorry if I missed it. Did you say you do need these for your like?
I don't need them. I would like them.
Right. Okay. Cool. I mean that's
but
fair.
No, I mean I want RC, but I think I'll be satisfied with the ones that are coming in the Powder Primes. I'll probably get those. But
are they all equally important to you, or would you rather just have one? Which one would you want?
Out of the four, or just RC? Is RC included?
Yeah, no. RC's obviously out.
Probably Elita 1. I think she's more.
That's the one that I think they could get away with because it's Prime's girl.
Right. I think she's more recognized than the other three. Maybe Chromia. Chromia, maybe, since she's had some deluxe versions of her. Firestar and Moonracer, no, probably not. But I think Elita 1 and Chromia could be made, and I think they would do fine. I think they would, as MPs.
I kind of feel like you got to do those two first, and if you can pull them off, then you have room to do the other ones later.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean,
cool. Thank you.
For me, I'm all for having, more fembot representation in my masterpiece shelf, but like, you got to get the core characters out first before you can go on to the tangents. Yeah. It'd be like, I mean, I guess some companies have done it, but it's like trying to put out like Crankcase, before you end up putting out like Skywarp, something like that.
Yeah, but you know what? To be fair, just to play devil's advocate, and I know what you mean, and I definitely agree. But like that crankcase that they put out was, I mean, it was kind of like a nod and a wink to IDW crankcase,
right?
Where that makes more sense than IDW Skywarp.
That's true.
But I'm definitely with you. Like, and I also feel like a lot of these characters get like the runabout and run amok. Like, I don't know if that's I don't feel like the demand is that high for those characters.
I want them. I want them, and I
do too.
I want a good punch counterpunch in MP scale.
Yeah.
I really want to see that.
Didn't we see a while back? This was way back. We saw like a render of one or something.
Yeah, there was a shitty knockoff thing.
Was it? Okay.
Or I don't even think it was a knockoff, but it existed. I don't know exactly what it was.
Yeah, the season 3 or not? I'm sorry, season 4. There were a couple. Wasn't there a couple in there? Was Runabout and Runamuck in season 4? Or were they season 3?
I think they were just
season 3. I think season 3. Okay. Yeah, the punch. Yeah, that'd be awesome to get one of those.
Greg?
Well, I'm doing a little research. Give me 1 second. It's a little harder. Give me 1 second.
That's what she said.
It actually looks like Hasbro released a Thundercracker and a crankcase in the same wave. With Dark of the Moon. That being said,
they did. I have them.
Good.
They did. That being said, I would support it if it wasn't a mainline release. If it was a third party. Because people don't, people say masterpiece. They throw that around willy-nilly. If it was a third party company, then yes. Like, I would want an Elita one and the other ones to go with my MPs. But I wouldn't want Takara to do it. I wouldn't want them to tackle it now. Not when they have so much on their plate. Because that would just be another thing to slow like figures actually want.
They got to put out cartoon versions of everything still.
That's true.
That's fine. I'll buy them. I'm glad.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they got a lot on their plate.
I welcome my Sunbow awards. I will buy them all. I hope they put out an MP10 cartoon, like MP10 Plus, and then they turn around and put out MP fucking 43 Optimus Prime battle damage version,
and then put a bait version out, and then a purple one, and a black one, and a white one, and Hasbro one, and
I won't buy those, but if the fun's on,
and then the cartoon upgrade color of it. Do you? I feel like they might be doing that, but I don't know. I feel like we might see a lot more of that in the future. If we get like just versions? Little small changes, just to
they'll do Wheeljack.
I'll buy the KOs of all of those.
Yeah, I hear you.
I just hope by the time they get back to Inferno, they do like a real life version, and like kind of add some extra details on them and be like, there you go.
Oh, it's not gonna be a sculpt thing though, man. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be a
paint thing.
Yep.
But if they wanted to do something to Inferno, because he's already very cartoon,
right?
That's what.
But what if they did like paint? What they did toy color? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think what Prowl was last. We just saw Prowl. I bet they do Wheeljack next. I bet they'll do a different color version of Wheeljack, or add some more paint or something to him.
What if a KO company comes along and like takes the mold and adds extra details to it?
I don't know. I don't buy knockoffs.
What if they do another Linkin Park version? I'd be up for that.
Ooh, the gold Soundwave.
Yeah.
Yeah, a KO company is not going to come and add extra details.
Oh, that's true.
That's a discussion for another time.
Esteban, thank you very much for the question, and thank you for watching my reviews. I really appreciate that.
Hey, SCU guys. I've been listening for about a year now and love the show. I also watch all of Bobby's, Justin's, and Matt's reviews as well.
What?
I have 2 questions. What is the story with Tiger Tracks? And will Greg or Robert D ever do any reviews? Love the show. Keep up the good work. Sean. Sean, thanks, man. Tiger Tracks was just like I wanted. I bought the Tiger Tracks. The Tiger Tracks was actually a KO. It was early on in my purchasing career, and I read that fucking TF Source article on Tiger Tracks where it was, like I said, it was in the beginning of my purchasing career, and they made it seem like you just don't love Transformers if you don't get this fucking Tiger Tracks. He's so important to the, and I was like, they're right.
I gotta get it.
And I was like, I'm gonna take a chance and I'm gonna buy the KO, and if I like the KO, I'll buy the or if the KO makes me feel away, then I'll buy the official. So I bought the KO, I put it on the shelf, and I was like, this doesn't make me feel a goddamn thing. Mm-hmm. So I transformed it into car mode and just let it sit. And then when I started doing reviews, I wanted a reference vehicle for all the size comparisons, and since he was the only masterpiece car that I had in car mode, now I have an Omnigonics with no wheels. But since he was the only one that I had, that's what I used, and then it just kind of became a thing, and then I just don't because I just don't give a shit about him. But
you did park him in Baltimore, so
right. The one at the end of the when I decide to hang it all up and walk away from it, I will be auctioning off that Tiger Tracks somehow, some way. Like I will be getting. I still have the box for it. Like it's one of the few boxes I kept when I got rid of all my boxes, so that I can pass it on to someone complete.
Why do you hate people, man? What do you hate?
And are you going to redo the box art?
Yeah, I'll redo the box art.
You did the box art for Tiger Tracks?
Unfortunately, Robert is not here to answer your second question, but Greg is. Greg?
Yeah, fuck reviews, man.
Yeah,
there you go.
I did a couple, and I got more people tell me what I should be doing. Like, I don't know. I was happier then. I cared more about the Transformers fandom then. Now I just have a sense of disdain.
That is true.
Every day. Yeah, I pretty much hate everybody, so.
Yeah,
pretty
much.
The next one is...
Whoa. I wasn't done there, Bobby. Fucking.
I took the moment of silence as completion.
I was reflecting. Bobby forefront face. I think Robert should do reviews.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think Robert should do reviews as well.
Fucking hilarious.
I need another channel to ignore.
Oh, dude.
Anyway,
listen. You know how I have shit in the background? You know, I have like a snow or a fire or anything? He should have meatballs and a spaghetti in the behind him, and while he's doing his reviews.
No.
No good.
No. He should have his fucking kids running around like gangbusters, fucking screaming and fucking knocking shit off the shelves. And
should be taking naps at 9 o'clock.
Fucking hamster eyes and shit. And Robert's home life reviews. Sorry.
So we got two questions for you dudes. One, IDW MPs seem sporadic but possibly on the up. Would you like to see more of them? Are indifferent towards the idea? Think it came and went? I am indifferent towards the idea. That being said, there are a few characters that I might get MP representations of and just put them with the rest of my MPs, like the DJD and Swerve, Drift, like a couple of the characters that weren't part of G1 that have like I really have taken to with IDW, I would get, or if the character was much more interesting in IDW and cooler in IDW, then I might take that and put it in and swap out. Like I might get rid of Tailgate and put the IDW Tailgate in. I might get rid of Swerve, put the IDW Swerve in, add the DJD, add Drift, add shit like that. That's me. Justin?
Yeah, I don't really care about these. they can just go away. I don't really care.
Matt?
I like them. I got the Prowl from Generation Toys, and I got the Megatron. No, I don't have Megatron. Sorry, I want the Megatron. I think they're on the come up, creeping on the come up a little bit. If you get that reference. So yeah.
And Greg?
I have the Megatron, the Prime, and I have the Prowl comics. So, and I have the Jazz too, actually. So,
would you like
the
to see
Generation
more?
Toys?
Yeah, because of course. I mean, well, I'm worried about Generation Toys because they started another line. So I'm worried they're not going to finish their IDW one. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a car up there in Oya. No, I know they're going to finish their one. They can do 3 things at one time. It's fine.
The second question is, if you could design any toy to your specific scale, style, finish, materials, what would it be, and would you have it, and would you have make it, and who would you have make it? So it would be
surprise.
A Hot Toys.
What?
Fully articulated, fully painted, well finished, Jake Lloyd, Anakin Skywalker. Kidding. It definitely 100% would not be that at all. No. I'm trying to think. Like, I would love. Like, there's a few things out there. I would love to get an SH Figuarts Splinter to go with my turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be a big thing for me. And like other stuff, like, I don't know. I'm kind of getting. You know what? I want a full line of 6-inch DC figures that are on par with Marvel Legends, like on par and on scale.
What, you don't like the fact that when you put their legs out to the side, it just makes a big gap on their
yes, like, get that the fuck out of here. Get like for some reason, I was talking to this guy that works for TFW, or he might be co-owners. I don't know exactly. He's a cool enough dude, but I don't know exactly his relationship to TFW. But he was like, we were talking about like the Mattel DC figures, and it's like at first they were like, here's your 7-inch figures, and we're like, but wait, we don't want them to be an inch bigger than all of our Marvel Legends. Like, oh, sorry, here's your Icons line. It's like, well, wait, these are 5 inches.
Like, can't get that fucking 6-inch.
You know, like, so that would be, I guess that would be mine. I mean, I would love. I was just talking to Jisk about this. I would love if Hot Toys or some, 6 scale did some like small runs of characters from franchises that never get shit. Like if they did a Sopranos like 1/6 scale line, and you got like Tony, Paulie, Chris, Pussy, Silvio, like I would fucking definitely 100% get them and put them on a shelf somewhere. Like I would make room for that. I would get a Jules and a Vincent. Like I know Sideshow did them, but like I would get like a better one. True Romance, of course, but they'll never do that. And like Apes, like if they did, like Bram Stoker's Dracula, like films that I love that like never really get any sort of toy from, like that's what I would want.
Real intense.
Bobby, you missed the joke. I'm sorry. I was on mute. I was going to say many nerds have wished for a pussy their lives.
It's true. Matt.
Real quick, I want to go to those DC figures. What I don't understand, and like maybe I've messed with some older DC figures, but like, I mean, like, is Mattel? I think Mattel owns a lot of different properties, and what I don't understand, like I know they own like the Ghostbusters figures, and like the like
Ghostbusters,
6-inch
wrestling, DC,
and it's like they're like, so I feel like when I look at those action figures, they're like action figures from like when I was a kid, where like the legs only moved forward and backwards, and then they're like, people want out to the side, like, well shit, make it swivel out to the side, but like no like care to make
Jim,
it actually
put a giant
look decent.
pin in this fucking thing.
Yeah. I don't know. So anyway, go on for Matt.
Well, you go. All right, Matt, go ahead.
God, I would like. I think Zeta Toys could do a Skylinks. So a big one of him. I would like that. Maybe Fans Toys too, but I would be happy with Skylinks too. I mean, with Zeta making a Skylinks.
Greg.
Well, first of all, I'd like a cat that didn't knock my expensive toys off the fucking table.
You can shoot it.
And then I guess after that, I would like a. I'm going to go with Bobby. I want a Jake Lloyd Anakin in a pod racer that was resisting
nice
and didn't have a license.
And the deluxe version comes with Saboba.
Saboba.
No, the deluxe version came with a decent lawyer. He got him off of that shit.
Is he in jail?
No, he's pretty.
He got locked
he's
up.
pretty broken.
He got out.
Yeah, he's pretty broken. He's a broken dude.
Maybe do some cons or something.
What about you, Justin?
So I would like to see Figure Arts go ahead and do more Ninja Turtle related things, because I think they're awesome, and there's a whole line of characters, even just some villains or
Bebop
Usagi Yojimbo or Metalhead, make it happen. Like, there's so many turtle toys back from in the day that I love. So
Usagi Yojimbo.
Well, yep, I know he is not, but he is and he isn't, so
I'd be in on the whole line.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. I mean, I'm just so I didn't get them initially, and getting them later, I'm like, wow, I'm just blown away with how perfect they are, Yep. So they need to make that happen. I'm sorry, what did you say, Greg?
Muckman.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Mugen Man.
I get the pizza guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say the pizza guy next.
But I definitely would get him. There was a guy.
Rat King, dude. Rat King's classic.
Yeah,
that's a tragic villain.
Leatherface or Leatherhead, whatever his name was.
Yeah, Leatherhead.
Yeah, that fucking guy that had all the little. Yeah. Oh fuck yes.
Give me a little Baxter Stockman with 3 Mousers.
Yep.
Mm.
And then sell a little Mouser pack, expansion pack.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Justin, you read the comics, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Rat King, that's some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and and if I'm honest with you, up until the Turtles started doing crazy things like birthday time fun Michelangelo, I don't care. Give me all that shit. I'll take Wingnut and Screw Loose and stuff like that. I'll take all of it.
The pedophile ones where they're wearing coats,
right,
trench coats.
Dude, the Toy Detox did an episode when they first started, when they were going through some turtle waves, and I wish that they would just do one show where they just went through all the turtle waves. I'm tempted to do it because I think there's so many fun, quirky, and ridiculous characters that they came up with.
I agree.
But I'm trying to be respectful. But if Toy Detox doesn't hop on that, if I got to hear more about gun control, I'm going to go ahead and get on that shit. Gun control, it almost breaks up the fucking podcast.
You let me know what night you want to do it, and I'll be in. So.
Okay.
Do y'all think that SH Fig Arts could do a He-Man line?
Ooh.
Because I would fucking be in on that fucking cake on ice cream.
So here's the thing. I would be in on that too, but it'll never happen because He-Man is one of those lines that's actually owned by the toy company.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That sucks.
Yeah, but yes.
I think that would be pretty fucking sweet.
Fuck yes. Or Storm Collectibles, any one of those. Storm Collectibles, because they make a big, bulky figure.
Oh, that definitely fit in with He-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying maybe. The reason I says SH, would they be a little skinnier?
Yeah, yeah.
On the skinny side,
they always make.
Which that's fine. He-Man could be. I mean, he could be fine. Okay.
If they're all together, it's fine.
Yeah.
Matt's body shaming.
I know. That was from our boy from Australia.
Yep, Arium.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, and he said many thanks in advance, fam, and I could hear Lenny's Australian voice. I could hear it.
I think I think he's trying to come to TFCon too. We was talking about it on
Toronto though, right?
No, Chicago.
Really?
He asked about he was we was talking in the chat with on Monday night with Enter the Realm, and he asked about what TFCon is, and they said it's going to be in Chicago, and he said something about he mentioned he might be able to try to make it. So I told him I was going to tell him, hey, why don't you grab Lenny and get your ass over here.
All right. So here we go. Legends class Beast Wars would scale well with MPs. Why aren't they doing this? What do you guys think? Oh, and if Beast Wars picks up right after G1 and goes in and interacts with the continuity, doesn't that make it essentially G1? You could even say it reboots and continues in the original RID. I don't know. Beast Wars is Transformers Flashpoint Paradox. I think that's cool. What's y'all's opinion? From Jarmus. We've had this discussion on here as far as the continuity, and
Bobby loves it.
We all agree that it does do that, but I don't think that it was always its intention to do that. I think that they kind of just made that happen. As far as Legends, Beast Wars with MPs, like I don't know. I don't really give a fuck. So I'm the wrong person to ask, unfortunately.
I would buy it.
Matt, what about you?
I would get it. I like some Beast Wars.
Do you think that's how they should do it instead?
Oh, that's how they should do? Oh.
I mean, because they're doing Masterpiece Beast Wars, you know what I mean? That don't, technically scale properly or whatever.
Well, they were smaller anyway, so I think they're fine.
But like, so you would rather them continue with what they're doing?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they should actually it should be smaller, but with their price point, I don't think they could charge what they charge more for smaller ones. But yeah, I think they're fine what they're doing now.
Greg?
Sorry, excuse me. I was yelling at someone.
You always had to reread the question.
Well, yeah, because I don't give a fuck what you guys have to say. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. They would scale better, I guess, but like, why?
Yep.
I don't display my different lines. Like, I don't put my Armada. Like, I had Armada, but I'm saying, like, I don't put them like my G1s. I always separate my shit. So, for me, it's a no. Separate but equal, Matt.
That's true. That is so true.
Justin.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry.
Y'all are such assholes.
Honestly, okay. So honestly, if you really want me to answer this properly, like I don't give a shit about Beast Wars. Like to be honest with you, but like if I did, I wouldn't want little Legends figures. I think that it's like a disservice to my collection. Like there's no way you're gonna make a Legends Optimus Primal look as good as you made that Masterpiece one. So I think I just think it'd be a complete waste of time. Even if it does scale right, like I don't know. I don't think it would be good.
Hold on. So the day Beast Wars came to Jeremy's town was the most important day of his life. But for Shattercast, it was a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
We do have MC Collector.
Movie quote? Anything?
Hey, SCU. I hope everyone is well this week. This is another question in the vein of getting to know SCU better. There's something about a road trip that tugs at our core. Most of us have taken one at least once in our life in some degree. I don't want to sound like it is an American thing, but how many guys are hopping on their scooter or on their Mini and tooling around the European countryside? What is your ultimate road trip? Where are you going? Are you taking the same route to and from, or taking a different route back? Who is riding along? What are your must-have road tunes? Do you pack a cooler for the road? Do you stop at little mom and pop diners tucked out on the way for the long journey? And what type of car are you taking? Thanks for all the laughs and smiles you bring to both my wife and my own face. Have a great week, Josh.
Mr. Fisher.
I would like to start this and say that I feel like Clark Griswold proves you wrong on people taking their little minis across Europe. Like, pretty sure that's a thing.
Shit. Like, I to be honest with you, I'm not a road trip kind of guy. I fucking don't like being in the car for more than 2 hours. I don't know.
That trip to Chicago was pretty brutal.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
Are you driving again this year?
Yes. I guess if I had to do it, I would probably try to go all the way across country. To like say I did that. And if it was up to me, me and my wife would be good. So getting anywhere or just to and from with just her and I is always a bonus. So I might opt for that road trip. As a matter of fact, as far as the tunes, I got an iPod Classic that's often mistaken as a insulin pump, but it has everything on it, so that's what I would take. And food, I would see. That's another thing, man. Like whenever I travel, like if I'm feeling like shit because I eat shitty.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that, man. Like, I feel like so nauseous.
You're either eating junk while you're driving, or you pull over to like some shitty place and eat shitty food.
Exactly.
It's just how it is.
And I usually like I'm getting too tired to drive snack is like a drink, like a coffee, a pack of Cool Ranch Doritos, and a pack of Tasty Cake powdered donuts. If they don't have Tasty Cake powdered donuts because Tasty Cake isn't everywhere, then I just go with the Doritos because fuck other powdered donuts.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my usual go-to. Justin?
I'm not really a drive for the sake of driving. Like, I mean, I take trips usually like once a year to like the beach and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of people do that though. It's only like an hour or so away, so I don't know if it's necessarily a road trip. Like one of these days, and like I'm with you, Bobby. Like I don't necessarily love just being in the car for the sake of being in the car, but like if I could do like the cross country in like an RV type thing, so like I could just stop, I can sleep wherever the hell I want, like where the drive is not necessarily me being confined to a relatively small space, I think I could do that. And like I think the cross country would be nice, and back and whatever. As for what I'd bring, I don't know. Snacks and stuff, like I don't know. I obviously water, because I need that. And I'd probably eat shitty wrong the rest of the way, so that'd be how it is. Music, I mean, I don't know, it varies. So what I would probably do is just grab that Echo Dot that likes to talk here and just hook it up to my phone, and just whatever I want along the way, I would just pull right from the Amazon library. So
hey Justin, can you do me a favor real quick?
Yes, sir.
Can you put me on speakerphone?
Can I put you on speakerphone?
Yes.
If I have your phone number.
Well, can you do it with I was going to talk to Alexa. I was going to send her on an endless loop.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I've been trying to work out ways to send Alexa on an endless loop.
I would do that if you weren't in headphones. So I'd let you try.
Oh.
So.
I figured out a couple of tricks to get her to go over and over and over. If my phone, like if I record it, I can get Alexa to go in loops for hours with like various things.
What's your thoughts on the matter, Greg?
Well, I wish someone wouldn't delete the question as soon as they read it out loud.
Hey, Greg. The question's
still
there.
It's still there,
Is
Padre.
Reading is fundamental.
It's not put there on mine.
I promise. I pinky promise. It's right there.
Oh, well, sometimes you do that.
Yes.
I would take a gallon of vodka. I would take my Powder Prime's Abominus. And I would take... I don't know. What's the actual question? My road trip, I guess I would go to like Arizona. I've never been to that part of the country. Been to California. I've been to the Northwest. Blah blah blah. I've never actually been to like the proper desert. I don't know. I don't really like long trips, so I probably would take the same route. There and back, just because I've seen the other stuff. I'm taking that. What? And someone's gonna sit in my lap the whole way there.
True.
You guys no one would even know my fucking road tune, so I'm not even going to answer that. I would pack a cooler. It would be full of vodka, and I would stop along the way for chasers. I would stop on the way though. That's a thing I want to do. I've always wanted to go like cross country and just eat at like every little place I found before fucking Food Network made it a trendy thing. And guess I'm taking a Chrysler 200 because I don't have enough money to buy another car to take a road trip. So yeah.
And lastly, we have an MP collector. Say the best for last.
I guess I don't get to take a road trip.
Hey,
I guess.
before,
Oh, my bad, Matt. Go ahead.
Well, hold on. Before
It's
you do that, before you do that, my app showed that question is deleted. So,
anyways,
my bad. I'm just saying.
My bad.
I just looked at it on my phone.
Dude, my ultimate road trip, I am getting a big old Winnebago or whatever, something, anything. I'm gonna come get
a window bagel.
Window bagel, because they're pretty good. Bagels are pretty good. I'm taking it. I'm going to Ohio first. I'm gonna pick up Greg, and then I'm going to Maryland, Baltimore, wherever you claim, Bubba. And I'm gonna go to Delaware and pick up Justin, and I'm gonna go to New York and get Robert and all the family, and we're gonna go to TFCon. And we're gonna drive all the way to Chicago, and then we're gonna listen to hair metal.
Can I give you a tip?
What's that?
If we are gonna do that, you should pick up Greg last.
That is true. Yeah, you are correct, good sir. That is why we pay you the big bucks. And we would stop and eat shitty because that's just what we do. We'd probably eat spaghetti a lot because Robert's with us. And that's it.
So, the final question. Dear SCU crew, if such a thing were possible, how much cash would it take for each of you to be willing to take a punch to the face from Mike Tyson in his prime? For context, let's say you encountered a wealthy industrialist with a cash-filled briefcase and access to a time machine. How much cash would said industrialist have to have for that in that briefcase to make it worth your while? Would you be willing to take a blow from Iron Mike, so to speak?
In his prime?
I need more information about this. I need to know, like, what kind of punch and where to the body. If I can choose those things, the price, if I can choose those things, I would do it for. I mean, I'd be willing to probably do it for $10,000.
Dude,
but it would be a jab to the side of my shoulder.
I was say, man, I would take $1 million if I couldn't taste my food anymore. That'd be fine.
So, I guess my question on this is, hasn't it been equated before that like an airbag hitting you is roughly like that?
But
I don't know, man. From Mike Tyson,
from like a heavyweight boxer, isn't it?
From in his prime.
Like Mike Tyson was hitting guys and like they just go to sleep. Like,
it's nap time, motherfucker. Let's go.
Grown men just.
I get it, but the only reason that I'm doing this is because I'm trying to base my cash basis. It's like I could get punched in the face by Mike Tyson, or I could just get in a horrific but survivable car accident and get a cash settlement from someone. Like how much do I get out of the cash? I need Robert here, so I know how much money I could get from that cash settlement to get a number for Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying?
It's like if they said like if the deal was an uppercut to the chin from Mike Tyson in his prime. Like I don't think there's enough money in the world because
you won't remember shit.
That might be the end of me. Like that could kill me. Like I feel like my kids would go home without a father because I took a gamble on taking an uppercut on a time machine and Mike Tyson.
Congratulations, you paid for their college.
I don't think I would be able to do it. Like a jab to the face. Like it wasn't my nose because that's making my eyes water up just thinking about it.
Put you in a coma.
But if I took a jab to the eye from Mike in his prime,
you might lose an eye, man.
100,000.
Bobby,
would you take a gut punch?
A gut punch, like once again, like a little hook jump, But like
a hook, a straight. I say like a gut punch, like on the side, like on your side to ribs, man.
I'd probably put that in a $50,000 pocket.
Yeah, I'd probably about $500,000 for that one. That's you could break some ribs and shit. And
like a hook to the face or an uppercut to the face, like that's when it gets into a point where it's like a hook I'd probably do for $500,000. Uppercut I might be out. It just might not be on the table.
How much for biting the ear?
Biting the ear? Oh man. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm gonna lose a piece of ear.
And get sewed back on though.
Yeah, I can sew it back on. Let's see.
That's at least $5 million.
I think I would do that for around 250,000.
I'm going mills. Fuck that shit. Buy no fucking hair off, man.
I need money. What about you, Greg?
$500, man, for that fucking whatever the thing was.
What about you, Greg?
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm not going to endanger my personal safety for money. Fuck that. You might as well ask me how many dicks I'd suck for fucking
How many dicks
money.
would you suck for $1 million?
0, Matt. Zero.
I'd be double fisting for a fucking $5 million.
Let's talk turkey.
I'll be going.
Well, actually,
motherfuckers, man.
Bobby, I got a carpool heading to TF Gun.
Yeah, hey, I don't think any of you boys can afford me.
For $10 million, man. How many dicks would you suck? Bobby, how much for $10 million? How many dicks would you suck?
The high class turkey.
For $10 million, but once again, man, it depends on the dick.
Well, let's say NJCC dealer room.
No. No. No.
First of
all, a lot of my pals were working in the NJCC dealer room. I'm not doing that.
You couldn't look at RC anymore.
We wouldn't be able to have the same conversation.
No. Y'all are not invited to Skullfest. Y'all are not invited. I got paid, but you are not invited.
Yeah, I mean, I would disappear. You'd be like, where did all that Skullface shit go? He's gone. he got hurt.
He got $10 million for something.
$10 million, he rolled the fuck out. He went and bought a box of napkins and he rolled out.
Bought some napkins. I'm out, bitches. I'm going to the Bahamas.
Yeah, and somewhere, at some point, there would be guys sitting around a table at some con going, I heard.
I remember that time.
I sucked the whole for some reason. And then somebody else would be like, yeah, but I also heard he got 10 mil for it. And everybody would be like, ooh.
Good deal.
And I think that's a good point to close out with.
Yeah, it'd be like Batman Beyond, because then the next podcast it'd be like, so how much would you charge?
Yeah.
Suck a dick.
Justin, would you take money to get hit by Tyson?
Like I said, I need to talk to my lawyer first to figure out how much would make that worth my time.
Okay.
What about? I mean, like, does the type of punch and location of the punch have any impact, so to speak?
I think so. Yeah, of course. I mean, like, there's like life threatening, and then there's like, oh, that hurts. You know, like,
how much would you take a punch in the foot?
I won't. Oh, a punch in the foot? I mean,
he could break an ankle, man. He could fuck up an ankle.
Give you a blood clot too. You fucking get your foot cut off.
That's where I need more information. Like, does he have his boxing gloves on? Is it to the top of my foot? You know, like.
Oh yeah, true. If he has a boxing glove, yeah.
Yeah, it's a boxing glove, and it's to the top of my foot. Like, you know, I might do that for.
I'll take that for
the next Hot Toys purchase.
I'll do that for a Happy Meal, man.
Yeah, but like,
what if you're trying to bite your own toenail off and your foot's right in front of your nuts? I mean, come on, you gotta think about that shit.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, I told my wife I'd get a vasectomy for $10,000, so I almost had to say $10,000.
Damn.
But yeah, that's just a question that I need a lot more information on. But it's that uppercut that scared me. Man, I'll never forget that Tyson Spinks fight for two reasons. One, because it was like the first like pay-per-view that I watched like live, and you didn't get to watch all the bullshit fights. You finally get to the main event, and he fucking knocked his ass out in like 2 minutes. Like the first time Spinks went down, like his head was laying on the ropes, and you could see in his face he was like, "What have I gotten myself into?"
Yeah.
The second thing I remember is there was a guy that went to my school named Lamar Tyson, and another guy that went to my school named Charles Spinks, and they fought the next day over that fight.
Damn.
Yeah, because like Tyson came in talking shit, and Spinks was like, "That's got nothing to do with this fucking Spinks versus Tyson fight." And before you knew it, they started fighting.
Dude, I've been around Buster Douglas many a time, living here in Columbus, and like every time I'm like, man, ain't no amount of money gonna make me box, because that dude is like, that dude's fucking dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he beat Tyson.
Yeah. Yep.
Like
yep.
that's his thing, and like this dude's just like, okay, over.
That was Tyson's first loss.
Not gonna be me. I'll die broken fucking with my full-time movies before I fucking.
Was it Holyfield or Buster Douglas? It was
like that.
It was one of the two.
I think it's Douglas.
Man, that Lennox Lewis fight, that was fucking embarrassing. Like it was like that war where the British went to war with Argentina, and the Argentines had like cannons that shot like, I don't know, 50 feet, and the British had cannons that shot like 200 feet. So the British just sat like 150 feet away and bombed the shit out of fucking Argentina for like days. Like that's how that Lennox Lewis Tyson fight was. Like Tyson just couldn't get anywhere near him. Like it was like seeing your dad get beat up.
My man went world history, man.
My microphone was unplugged, so I apologize. I didn't realize it got unplugged. I stood up, my cat hit it. But yeah, I would not after being around that man. I would no, I wouldn't make any boxing bets, because you never know how you're going to end up in your older days.
All right.
So,
good night, folks.
Shoutouts to Cool Table Network, ROC, Edges Around, Toy Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Nerd Rage Radio, and Wigs.
And my personal favorite, the well-established Gentleman's Show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse.
I am Ratchet.
Third Party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys Podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and sole purpose is entertainment. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
shut the fuck